Hey, welcome back everyone, Jayborino here, and this is To the Bitter End, a custom campaign for WarCraft 3, heading into Chapter 3, Juggernaut. The chaotic scarlet clouds of the warp part before Soul Reaver and face Saruman as they push forward towards another of their lost companions. Meanwhile, within an ancient mist-shrouded forest, an armored figure runs for dear life. The screech of metal, roar of flames, and splintering of shattering trees follow closely on his heels as his monstrous pursuer continues the chase. That's the Space Marine! So there were some StarCraft models in Warcraft 3. Damn it, it's still after me. You could see them in the credits of the Frozen Throne. And now a dead end, as if it couldn't get any worse. That thing will find me soon. I don't think I can keep running much longer. Maybe I need to... What the hell is that sound? Is that a giant infernal machine that's chasing us? I always hated those things because they do chaos damage and are siege weapons. That can't be a coincidence, and whoever did that might have just saved my life. Where's that horn sound coming from? Very impressive. Not that it'll hold that machine at bay for long, mind you. Guess there's only one way to go now. Whoa. Greetings, strange one. Would that our meeting were under better circumstances. I'm going to assume that you're the one who saved me back there. Thank you. My own powers were flagging. I don't think I could have made it out without you. No thanks is needed, strange one, but we are not safe here. Follow us to Heart Grove. We will speak there. Forgive me, we have not yet had time for introductions. I am known as Avahin. I am the Elder Druid here. It is my duty to care for Heart Grove. I'm Cameron Alarin. Unfortunately, that's about all I can tell you. I don't remember much of what I was intending to do here, or even know how I got here. I spent about all the time I can remember running from things that have been trying to kill me. That is unfortunate. I had hoped that perhaps you could have shed some light on why our forest has been... Wait, something is wrong. I sense an energy tearing at the very fabric of the world. Ah, don't worry. Don't worry, Avahin. Bahifistu. Don't worry, Avahin, it's our buds. It's our friends. We won't know that they're our friends, but they will remind us, I assume, quite shortly. Oh, yeah. Hey, isn't that... Yes, you are familiar to me. Are you Cameron? Yes, I am. And you two. You seem familiar as well. Face Saruman and Soul Reaver. Those are your names, right? Huh, we really lucked out this time. We ran right into him. Cameron. You know these men? My memories are hazy, but yes, I do know them. They are my friends. Then you two are also welcome here. Come, we have much to discuss. These druids are very trustworthy. I'm afraid that I must interrupt your reunion for selfish reasons, for I must ask for your aid. Not long ago, I felt a strange presence entering this forest. That was you, Cameron. At the time, I dismissed your appearance as being of no consequence to the safety of these woods. Yet sometime after you appeared, other things began to intrude into these glades. Violent, brutish things. They began destroying this forest as they searched for you. I dispatched some of my druids to stop them, but my brethren were mercilessly butchered. The arrival of these creatures, however, was only the beginning. A huge fiery construct followed them. Even now, it tears a burning path through my beloved forest, leaving only death and ashes in its wake. I'm sorry, Avahin. That machine was after me, and in trying to escape it, I also had to fell some of your trees. Though the unnatural loss of life pains us, we understand that what you did was out of desperation. But your words verify my suspicions, that you are an enemy to that machine and the creatures that accompany it. I'm not sure. That thing just turned up and started chasing me. I've been running from it for over a day now. I have no idea why it's after me. But I do know. Cameron, before you appeared here, we were on a quest together, attempting to overthrow an evil sorcerer called Morganem, but we blundered into a trap of his, and our collective amnesia and weakness is one of its effects. I also believe I've encountered one of the creatures that Avahin was referring to myself when escaping from the world I first found myself on. It was called a Daruk. It was red-skinned, very strong, and totally loyal to Morganem. I suspect that the Daruk are here because Morganem has sent them out to find us. He's trying to eliminate us before we can join forces and regain our strength. Once he found you, Morganem must have dispatched that construct for the express purpose of killing you. Morganem must be very keen to get rid of us to go through so much trouble. I feel honored. Yes, it's not clear, but I can remember fighting against Morganem's Daruk outside his fortress, but I only recall fragments of our battle in his chamber. I guess that'll all come back in time. Avahin, we will leave here. Then the Daruk will have no reason to trouble you any longer. I believe that will not be enough to dissuade these creatures. They hate us and kill us on sight. They will not listen to reason. I suspect that you should leave. I suspect that should you leave, they will still continue to destroy these woods until nothing remains. If they destroy Heartgrove and slay me, tearing me unnaturally from the cycle of life and death, then all other life in this forest will fall with me. I must prevent such a catastrophe. I implore you, please aid us. I'm in your debt, and I will do everything in my power, but I'm afraid that even if my friends agree to help you, the three of us in our current state wouldn't be a match for that machine. I've tried fighting it. I could hardly even scratch it. It incinerates everything that gets close to it. Wait a minute. You're an elemental, aren't you? And a fire-aligned elemental, no less. So how come its fire is dangerous to you? It's true. Normally fire wouldn't bother me at all, but those flames, they're tainted, generated by some sort of corrupt chaotic magic. I can't absorb them, and it burned me as surely as it would you. Damn. So what exactly are we going to do? Do not fear, there is still hope. The forest is not helpless to defend itself. With your help, it will aid you in defeating the construct. In times of great strife, we druids can summon forth the mighty Kar Arak, the tree men, to help defend Heart Grove. But to do so, I must have the acorns from the grove, where they grow. They may be found in clearings near Heart Grove, but we need your help to obtain them, for the clearings were invaded by these Daruk, and we were no match for them in battle. You must defeat them and bring as many acorns as you can find to me. I'm afraid that we cannot aid you in this. We must gather our strength for the summoning, and time is short. I grow weaker with every life these creatures end. I will not be able to hide from you from the eyes of the construct much longer. Once it sees you, I'm certain it will attack us here at Heart Grove. We must be prepared before that happens. Please, will you help us? Of course, I still owe you for saving me, and besides, I want a chance to take out that machine. I too will stand by you. Morganem's evil must be eradicated wherever it may be found. Sounds like this could be fun, and I'd like a shot at that machine myself. Count me in. My thanks, all of you. Now, time presses. Begin your search, and may Hephistu watch over you. Hephistu, sure. New hero.
I sense something.
We've got a timer here. So I turned the volume down significantly. I'll bump it up just a little bit more, but because the music is tied to the volume, the sound volume, I thought maybe it would stop me from, getting copyright hits. So what I'm going to do is let the timer go, and I'm going to take some time. Let's go ahead and quick save now, and then I'll reload after I check out his abilities here. So we've got Underslung Heavy Flamer. When used, the Heavy Flamer fouls it a deadly. Okay, well, so let's just try it.
Good.
Nice. 250 damage. That's good stuff. So him and Faye, their upper left abilities do a ton of AoE damage. That's awesome. Adds 24 bonus damage to the elemental's attack and causes his attacks to do damage over a 200 area. That's nice. That's real nice. Okay, so let's just get a point in everything, and then we'll read all the tooltips. So his ultimate. A massive comet strikes the earth, striking every unit in a 350 area for 850 damage and stunning them for 6 seconds. Enemies will be wreathed in flames and suffer damage over time. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, I assume this does damage to everybody, but then the damage over time is only enemies. So it's very similar, I think, to Sphere of Annihilation. We just don't... I mean, Sphere of Annihilation does a lot more upfront damage. This does some damage over time. We don't want to hit our friends with this. Psychic Onslaught. A deadly ball of whirling psychic energies that follows the caster. Sounds like a defensive spell. I see. So does this follow us around? So it would do extra damage to the units that are following us. Indeed. It's attacking the poor stag.
What's the holdup?
Okay, and then meteor shower. 2 meteors to fall randomly on a 430 area. Each meteor causes 40 damage and stuns enemies for 2 seconds in a 200 area.
My pleasure.
So it sounds like this only works on enemies. Let's just go ahead and throw these down. I see. Did not do damage to Soul Reaver. Again, I'm doing my best to figure out what does friendly fire and what doesn't. Hurls a ball of fire at an enemy unit within 810 range, doing 65 damage and stunning. So he's got 2 stuns. This one's more, the meteor shower is more of a randomized stun. Let's check his other stuff. Shielding device. Increases its armor by 20 for 30 seconds. That's nice. Okay.
I'll do my best.
I can get behind that. Teleportation device.
It shall be done.
Ah, that's pretty neat. That's really cool. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and reload. I'm not fully comfortable with this hero yet, but I have a general understanding. So let's get going. I have a pretty good understanding of my existing 2 heroes, but I just took the time to kind of understand what Cameron's all about. So let's go ahead and hotkey like we've done in the past, and then I'm going to go ahead and bump up that game speed just like that. Okay, let's throw down another quick save, and let's move out and see what we can make happen here. Let's also assign some points. Oh, Psychic Blast I didn't check out. I want to put most of the point into these Mass Fireballs. I got 1 point in the Psychic Onslaught. And, okay, I'm comfortable with that. And let's turn on the Explosive Shells. All right, let's get going. Faye is going to be a little faster than his comrades, I believe. So we have to find these acorns. The map isn't huge, and it looks like we just need to go down paths and try to find where these acorns might be. Okay, let's go ahead and throw this down. We don't need to. Let's go ahead and start throwing out some of these fireballs. And if I don't play this for like a day, I forget what all of the abilities even do. Okay, and the explosive attack seems pretty good, but a big waste of mana. So, well, not a waste, but I don't want to use all my mana on that specifically. A large group of stuff. Oh, crap. Oh, good, it only drew a couple. I was going to say, I want to use someone's ultimate on this. Oh, crap. Okay, this seemed to have drawn most of them. Most, if not all of them. So here's what we're going to do. Cameron, you're going to be a hero. Go ahead and launch your ultimate right here, and... lovely. That's great. The Darut Cavalry. All right, and we got some points on people. Okay, let's go ahead and get Lightning Storm and then Faye. Let's go ahead and continue leveling up Blood Frenzy.
We must act.
We're going to move Soul Reaver in, and we're going to rest with him because he's taking a little bit of damage. Killed all this stuff. Any acorns? There's one. All right, we got one. A magical acorn containing the souls of the Tree Men Guardians. Great. So we don't have that much time. I do really want to get going here. I have Soul Reaver's ultimate. I have Faye's ultimate. And let's continue along the bottom of the map for as long as possible. He's still asleep.
At last.
And just a few random fellows. Let's just go ahead and use a Firebolt here. This might be a good time. Yeah, I'm going to use Kurosanami. That did a ton of damage right there. And let's go ahead and put a point into Mass Fireballs. Wonderful. Faye, it's your turn to rest as we grab Soul Reaver and move him up. I want to make sure my heroes stay together, because if they're not together, they're not gaining XP together. So you can see, so like Soul Reaver's already behind a tiny, tiny bit in levels.
My pleasure.
Okay, let's turn off Explosive Shells. He's going to have some mana problems. Cameron's going to have some mana problems. And we got to remember that I've got that flame, the underslung flamethrower thing. We found something. Look, Ragashash, intruders. Let the fury at them first. I think it's getting hungry for some killing. As you command. What is that? Okay, so I'm going to channel Faye's ultimate right now. And we're going to start launching everything available on us. Soul Reaver, go ahead and stun. And I think we killed the Fury. And then Lightning Storm, Cameron. How good is this Psychic Blast? Reducing the armor by 2, speed by... So we basically want to hit Psychic Blast and that Chaos thing. There was something about that tentacle creature that seemed familiar. Familiar and somehow wrong. Alright, we can get level 2 of all of our ultimates, so let's definitely do that. We got another acorn here. So we want to hit Psychic Blast and Blood Plague on boss-like creatures. I feel like that's going to be really, really, really good. Soul Reaver can probably rest again. got some good XP there. Cameron is very, very low on mana. He's also slow comparatively, so Faye can kind of move out and scout for us. So we have 12 minutes. I'm gonna throw down like I'm gonna make a separate save here. So this is to the bitter end. 0-1, and we might have to use some cycled saves here as we move forward. Quick saving is good, but you don't want to overwrite some stuff that you have. Soul Reaver, don't lead the way because you're already kind of low on health, and I want to be able to use you for some AoE spells. And I just got to make sure I get used to using all the spells that we need. And there's a lot of them.
For my people.
Okay, any more Daruk? That is a relatively small group, so let's move on in and throw down some spells. Run them down, he says. Yep, okay, sure. And then Meteor Shower. And a decently large group here, actually. And what do we really have to use against this? I think let's use Celerity. And keep using our spells. Keep using everything that we've got. That's all of his mana, unfortunately. Soul Reaver getting smoked a little bit here, more than I'd like. I could use, well, Blood Gauntlets would have been good. Cameron possibly going to go down here. Runaway friend, he goes down, and Faye goes down too. I should have just used Black Steel Gauntlets. Again, I gotta remember to use these items that I have. I have so many items and abilities that I was thinking like, well, I'll use all my abilities, but that's not enough. I gotta use one of those really high-powered items when it comes to these big groups. I could also use Apocalypse there, Apocalypse Sphere, Sphere of Annihilation, whatever it's called. You know what I mean. Okay, so let's move on up, and when they say run them down, we're gonna be ready this time, maybe. Hopefully.
Child's play.
Hopefully. So let's move on in and go ahead and use Blood Frenzy. We'll summon the Abyssal. And go ahead and throw down all this stuff. All right, now we're going to channel the Gauntlets. Let's go ahead and call down as many of this stuff as much of this stuff as possible. Soul Reaver taking a little too much damage. He may be okay. I'm going to back him out here shortly. I'm not going to use Blood Drinker. We'll move him back right now, though. Faye, there's really nothing I think that he can effectively use right now. Cameron just keeps shooting fireballs. Faye, I'm going to pull you into your amulet here. Oh, nope, never mind, you got stunned. That means when he comes out of the stun, he's going to use it, which he did. Okay, Soul Reaver back up. We're gonna tent you now in advance, and then we should be able to kill this Gaurug Rider. Wonderful. And you know what? I'm gonna tent with all of my heroes right now. We got our. Okay, those are all of our passive levels. So Master of Battle, Explosive Shells. Ooh, that lowers the mana cost. I like that a lot. And Ultimate Grace, all getting a level right there. We are asleep. It looks like we can go down and up. Still on the lookout for some of those acorns, and we've got a Sphere of Annihilation up, which we can use to clear out a large group. We have Blood Drinker up. We're going to have Cataclysm up in a reasonable amount of time, and Blood Corruption's still not really close. But unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same, so on and so forth. All right, we got another Guardian Acorn, so obviously we want to pick up as many of these as possible.
For now.
Nothing back here. No other acorns? No. Okay, it was just an area where units hung out. So we'll move up and to the left and see how many more we can get.
Do you see something?
And very tempting to tent with Soul Reaver again. I just want to be on the lookout for a good place to use Sphere of Annihilation without killing my own units. And it's just a big tent. Just out of curiosity. Nope, there was no acorn in there. So there was just an acorn right here. So now we want to backtrack as far as possible. And we're going to have to run the whole way out of here. And then try going up here or possibly down the middle area here. I'm not sure where the giant thing is going to come from that we have to worry about. So we've got 2 acorns. How many acorns do we have? 1, 2, 3. We have only 3 acorns. Come on. We can do better than that. More acorns. And once my units get back up here, I'll cycle one of my saves. I'm not going to quick save. That quick save was for the beginning of the mission so that we don't have to rewatch some cutscenes. So another thing I'm realizing is I haven't used the shielding device or the heavy flamer. Again, with the new hero, you could see I'm struggling to use everything. My first 2 heroes that I'm used to, I'm using all their stuff, whereas my new guy, Cameron, not as much. Okay, so let's do this. That's fine. So we're cycling between the quick save and then 01. Okay, let's try going left first, I suppose. I don't think there are any acorns that way. I came from there, didn't see any. Okay, so that's probably where the giant infernal machine is going to come from, or the infernal construct, whatever it's called. 9 minutes, I think, is more than enough. How are we looking on ultimates? Not great. Do we have Kurosanami up? We do. And pretty small group here, so I'm probably going to just take these out without any craziness here. Let's summon the infernal, or whatever it's called. Cameron, doing well. Okay, let's go ahead and tent with Soul Reaver. Is there any berries here? There are not.
Must be avenged.
We're just gonna let Soul Reaver sleep and move up into the next area and see, because I think we've got, yes, we do have Cataclysm up. I could just take Fae and look to see if I can find a large group that I can use Cataclysm on. That is not a huge group, but it might be worth it. I'm not sure. It just depends on how many more are back there.
Command me. We must act.
Okay, do this.
Must be avenged.
And, I suppose it's time. We're gonna launch... No, that wasn't Cataclysm. What? It's T for the ultimates. I'm gonna call down his ultimate right now. Fae, oh god, Kurosanami, you have to. And then run away. Oh, he's stunned. Just run all the way back. Soul Reaver, get on up here. Go ahead and use your ring. Put a point into something.
My pleasure. It shall be done.
And the ring really helped there. The ring really helped there. You know, it really kept us alive. All right, so you get back and just use a tent.
Elusive.
Faye, use a tent. Oh, he's getting attacked back here? No, he's not. Maybe he was poisoned or something like that. Either way, Soul Reaver's gonna clean anything up that's left.
For now.
I don't think there is, because they were all on fire. Destroy these, destroy these. Were there any acorns here? Oh, okay, here's some. Oh, and he's not... Okay. Are you awake? I gotta wait for them to be awake so he can come and pick up this acorn. Soul Reaver, why don't you come back? Faye's still asleep, that's fine. Cameron, why don't you move on up here and grab the Guardian Acorn. So I used all of Faye's stuff there. The shielding device, obviously keeping alive where necessary. We have points on everybody. Let's go ahead and get Psychic Onslaught. And Dark Bolt Barrage. And Abyssal Summon. That should be good. Why don't you come on back? Faye, I might put you back to sleep. I can't. I can put you in your Soul Amulet, though, which I understand is a bit of a waste, but should be fine. Still no good uses for the Annihilation Orb. And one thing that I've pointed out in the past... Did I pick up the acorn? One thing that I've pointed out in the past is... I think I did. We can double check. Is that how the timers are there to artificially make sure that you don't cheat. It's not really cheating, but it's making sure that you don't just spam tent and wait for all of your cooldowns to come up and things like that. So let's go ahead and let's make a new cycling save. Because we've been not wasting time, but we've been using a lot of time here.
Child's play.
Okay, so I'm tempted to assume that this is a large group, but let's get on in there. Let's get on in there. We'll bring Cameron up here, too. And Faye, you're surrounded, so that's a good Kurosanami use, I'd say. I don't like these Gaurag Riders. It seems like they're doing a lot of damage to us from behind all the other units. Okay, Explosive Shells doesn't need to be on. I'd rather save your mana. Faye has a point. Let's go ahead and put it in Celerity, because that's a great spell. And I guess let's go up first. 5.5 minutes. Still looking for an acorn. More acorns. That's a fairly large group. I think what I'm going to do is run in, use Ugeti, and then Blood Corruption. Oh, that's real nice, isn't it? Isn't that real nice? I'd say that's real nice. And then we'll stun those guys in the back that are giving us a problem. And Faye is still channeling. I'm going to move him back and just put him in a tent. And then we can kill the rest of these fellows, no problem. So we have 2 acorns there, 1 acorn on Faye, 1 acorn on Cameron. Okay, so 5 minutes left.
Outstanding.
And the fact that we nearly are full up on acorns means that we can only carry 6. We can only carry 1 more, so I can either follow this path around. It might all just loop together, so that's why I'm not too concerned about it. We're looking okay on mana. Just waiting on Faye to wake up here. Let's go left, and then I'm gonna save over the next thing, because I think that was a really good use of Ugeti, if I do say so myself. 4.5 minutes. Let's hope we can find our final acorn. We have a point on Soul Reaver as well. I guess summon demons. Wait. Quests is what I was looking at. find as many acorns as possible, and then we have to get back before the timer expires. So we want to make sure we leave ourselves with about a minute, maybe 45 seconds. And we don't have to get all of these. We just have to get a few of them. I mean, we have to get as many as possible, whatever that really means. Faye, well, yeah, this is fine. Let's go ahead and use the Black Steel Gauntlets. Let's go ahead and summon. Let's try to stun as many things as possible. Black Steel Gauntlets doing wonderful. Faye just tearing shit up. No need to use Celerity, but we can use Blood Frenzy. Okay, wonderful. I haven't been using Iron Will either. I mean, it's a lot of mana. It's not that much mana, but it's enough mana. I really want to put Soul Reaver to sleep. It's tempting. There's another Acorn. Another Guardian Acorn. It's tempting to keep looking, but again, you know what we can do is because Faye has a ton of, he's got the fastest movement speed. We'll send him back and see if he can drop his off and then run him back to pick up any more that we find. It's worth a shot because we do have 3 minutes and 45 seconds, which should theoretically be more than enough.
What's the holdup?
It should be. I don't know. I can't guarantee that. Let's move up into this next section. It does seem to all loop around. So if must be the final section, if there is a final section. I'm inching in. Very large group here. And a level 32 boss. That's a little scary. Obviously, we're going to lead with a Sphere of Annihilation. You've returned bearing several acorns. We have already planted them, and now shall begin preparing the tree men for battle. However, I sense that there are more acorns to be found. Find them and return them here. Make haste, for time grows short. Indeed, so we might be able to grab one more for where this hero is. Faye, I need you to get up here as fast as possible. Do we have Cataclysm up? So this is going to be dangerous, but I really want to do it. Let's save right now, and hopefully Faye gets up here in time. But I want both of these heroes to use their ultimates. So we're going to do an Apocalypse. As close as possible, basically. So like that.
What's the holdup?
And then like this. And... nice, that did a ton of damage. Now we want to get in there and attack this hero. He's running away from me. Get back here, you dick. Alright, do the fireball. We'll put a point into Psychic Blast and use it. And he goes down. He goes down like a bitch. Alright, pick up the last acorn. This theoretically is the last one. And then hopefully with our remaining time, we have an opportunity... With our remaining time, we have an opportunity to sort of hang out and let our cooldowns come back up. And in fact, I am going to wait until pretty much the end of the timer. Let's go ahead and put a point into Iron Will.
You see something.
And I think that, I mean, that had to have been all the berries. Let's get my heroes down here so that I'm ready to run in as soon as possible. I checked up here. The only area that was kind of suspicious was in here, but there was none. There was one just sort of like sitting out here, I think. I don't really remember where they all were. Either way, we picked up 7 acorns, which is not bad. Unless there were some, we could cross this river. No, we checked up here. We checked down here. I mean, we've burned up the timer as much as possible. So I'm pretty comfortable. With what's happened here. I'm hoping that Blood Corruption will be up in time. The issue is my other ultimates really aren't close. But maybe Black Steel Gauntlets will be up. We will have Blood Drinker. Hopefully Blood Corruption pretty soon. If we have to fight that giant infernal machine, this is my opportunity to kind of think about how I want to approach it. So if it's a giant single target, the idea is probably using Blood Drinker as early as possible so that we don't risk hitting our own units, using Iron Will before using Blood Drinker. And then on Faye, we want to make sure we're throwing Blood Plague. On Cameron, we want to make sure we're throwing Psychic Blast. All of these general debuffs on units I think would be really, really helpful. And then on Faye, probably just a Blood Frenzy would be good, and then the Abyssal Summon. Beyond that, I think Faye is just going to do his normal attacks, and he'll be great. Soul Reaver would use Iron Will and Blood Drinker and let him do his normal attack with the stuns. Hold on to the stuns for when we really need them. Cameron, I guess the Psychic Onslaught could be helpful.
Do you see something?
It's unclear when it would be the most helpful. And again, I kind of want to let this timer go as low as possible. I'm going to quick save now, because we're definitely in the best of places. I should have put my units to sleep to get all of their mana back, but they're very close to where they need to be. But the reason that I'm waiting is I want my cooldowns to be as close to done as possible. So see, we've got Blood Corruption up. We're nowhere near Cataclysm or Sphere of Annihilation, though, unfortunately. So I'm going to wait till, like, maybe 20 seconds, 15 seconds and run in there. I mean, 15 seconds is probably good enough. Not Blood Gauntlets. Black Steel Gauntlets are about up. Remembering the names of all these abilities is challenging enough. Okay, so let's run on in here and drop off the rest of our acorns. You've returned bearing several acorns. We've already planted them and shall now begin preparing the tree men for battle. Indeed. I sense that these were the last acorns to be found. You have all done well, and you have my gratitude. Rest now. When the construct arrives, you will be prepared to face it with all of nature's fury. Well, nature's fury is made of wood, and this thing shoots fire. My allies, I fear that the time for battle is now at hand. The machine has found us, and it comes to destroy us all. Thanks to your efforts, the tree men are prepared. They shall grow within Heart's Grove and march alongside you to defeat their foe. Now, my brethren, steel yourself for battle and find the courage to defend our home. This defilement must be stopped. Oh, yeah. March forth, strike at the heart of evil. Should we die this day, we shall leave our foes in awe. Here it comes. Piece of shit infernal machine. I must remain here to send the tree men to war. Should you need healing, return here and partake of nature's bounty. That's good. That means we don't necessarily need to use the tents unless we're really far up. Lots of tree men going up there. Lots of armor, too. Okay, so we're going to run up here and get up here as fast as possible. Oh, great. So they're Daruk here, too. Druids, you're getting smoked here. Yeah. Oh, that's real nice. Yeah, keep doing that. The Juggernaut, 60,000 health. All right, we got to get up there. We got to get up there. We want to get up there as soon as possible to help our druid friends out. And it looks like, okay, he's spawning more. He spawns more over and over. So it's kind of like a, it's like a semi-MOBA, except our enemy's Ancient is like way up there ready to kill us. Okay, so let's summon this fellow. Faye, back out. You're getting smoked already. The Sphere of Annihilation, you know what I should do is really just use my ultimates, like, now. Because they're up. And we just want to get the cooldown going, like, as soon as possible. Is anybody in particular getting smoked? No, so let's Blood Plague. We can't, because it's organic units. Let's use Iron Will, and Ned Blood Drinker. And it doesn't look like he lost control of the sword. Mass Fireballs. I really can't see where my own units are. I really can't tell, because they're... Okay, so we don't want to stand in this fire, I've learned. Faye, why don't you go back? Cameron, why don't you use... your explosive shells. You are. Don't stand in that, Soul Reaver. Can we stun him? Can we stun him with this? Looks like I can stun him with my other abilities, so that's good. How we doing on here? We've already got him about halfway down, but I used all my ultimates. All right, don't stand it. That's what I've learned, is don't stand in that. My allies are blocking me. I'm going to run back to the Grove, and how well does this healing work? Not bad. I could also tent inside the healing just to get healed a little faster. So the tree men are going to delay for as long as possible. Obviously, they're dying at a reasonable rate, but they are helping a little bit. This thing doesn't look like it can heal itself, and it has a huge amount of mana regen. So my only hope is that the tree men can defend themselves against the normal Daruk, and then I will move up and try to help them soon. I could send Faye up just to defend them against the normal fellows, and then get these guys healed up, and then we should be fine. And hopefully before this fight ends, well, I mean, if we can win before the other ultimates are up, that would be fine, but I'm hopeful that we can win with the ultimates once they're up the second time, if the fight lasts that long. So we'll see. Yeah, this healing is quite fast, and you get your mana back quickly, too. So this is nice. Thank you very much, Avahin. Let's go ahead and throw down a quick save. Now, obviously, we can't let it get to him. If it gets to him, we're screwed. But at the same time, if it gets very close to him, we can fight really, really close to the healing field. So that's big advantage us. Okay, and let's summon this. Yeah, it looks like icy. So it has a... Oh, no, it's not a negative save. It looks like we're on fire and taking consistent damage, but I'm not clear on that. I will use Kura Tsunami right here just to clear out some of this stuff. We get a point. Let's go ahead and use Blood Frenzy. Faye taking a little bit of damage, but not so much. There he is. Yeah, don't stand in that spell. I forget what it's called. Flame Strike. Don't stand in the Flame Strike. That's when things get really problematic. Okay, and then let's use Underlying Barrel. You guys move out of the Flame Strike. It really just seems like not standing in the Flame Strike is the most important thing. Okay, let's hit him with everything. Hit him with everything we've got. Let's summon some demons. Let's summon some demons. We've got the mana. We can use as many spells as we want. Don't stand in there. The cast time of that is like near instant. Oh. I see. The portal can be destroyed. We're very, very far away right now, so I'm going to back up and just sleep because we're very, very, very far away from the grove. As we get closer to the grove, I'll feel more comfortable to go ahead and hang out in the grove. But honestly, we're doing a lot of damage. It seems like every time we go in, we do a little under 25% of its health, and it's about halfway to us. And now I'm going to start cycling saves because this is where I'm going to get a little nervous. Again, though, the closer to the grove we are, the easier time we'll have to fight against this thing. It's just the flame strike that it casts does, it's like instant, so you're gonna like always take the full amount of damage. It's crazy. My ultimates will almost definitely be back up. We're still asleep. Not for long. There we go. Cameron's back up. He's pissed. I would be too. Move on up and hit this guy with fireballs. Soul Reaver, do this. Of course, we're gonna run right through that. Start attacking. Summon the Abyssal Summon. Call down this. Faye, we're going to back you out. I'm just going to send you to the grove, buddy. I'm going to use Black Steel Gauntlets, which may be a big mistake. Because that means I can't move out of the Flame Strike when he's casting it. Oh, get out! Oh, he's just standing still. All right, we're gonna run a run soon, because if we get hit again by a Flame Strike, we're pretty much dead. All right, Faye's back here. Not quite in the rejuvenation spell. Good for him. All right, about 30,000. He's about halfway. He's about halfway dead and also about halfway to the grove. But again, I feel like we are going to become offensively stronger the closer we are to the grove. Only because we can... I mean, our druids are going to be spawning a little closer. They won't have as long of a route to take. And I mean, if I could stun him, maybe, when he's about to cast Flame Strike, but that doesn't seem like it would really be worthwhile. It seems like it consistently spawns the Daruk Warriors. Those are going to die to his own Flame Strikes, so that's not that big of a deal. Cameron just about back to full health. I guess we could teleport him out of that Flame Strike, but my other two heroes are still kind of screwed. We have our ultimates up. So let's move on up. The question is, can Blood Plague even be used on the Juggernaut? Because something tells me no. Okay, so Sphere of Annihilation on it. Using our big spells here. Let's try it. Let's try it, Faye. There we go. Big damage right there. Big money, no whammy. It also is a big stun. Blood Drinker's back up too, so let's use Iron Will and risk losing control of the sword. I believe... No, I didn't lose control. I thought I lost control there for a brief moment. Let's try to bait out a Flame Strike over on this side. Looks like not happening. Let's summon an Abyssal and then use... Oh, well, I'll use Celerity when it's up next. Okay, don't stand in it. There we go. Don't stand in that shit. Okay, now it's just normal Burning Fire, which still is not good, but... Okay, as I'm looking at the command card, I think my heroes are taking a lot of damage, so I have to be really careful. No, 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 no. Oh, God, Faye. Oh, Faye, no! Oh, I was doing really well. I was playing really risky there. Let's go ahead and load. I should have saved again. Oh, man. So I'm not going to do much cutting here. Until it becomes completely unreasonable, I'm not going to do too much cutting. So we're going to hang out right here. This is where my heroes were asleep. So we do have a ways to go. We're going to go in and attack it. Get it down about 4,000 hit points and then go back to the grove and heal up. That's pretty much how this went. So move on up. Do this. And I kind of want to move Faye in and use Celerity. So let's do that. Don't stand in that. It's hard to react fast enough when I'm just really, really focused on using all of my spells. Black Steel Gauntlets, you're up. Keep doing this. And we're doing some work here. Just keep using Blood Frenzy. Oh God, okay. I hate to just keep eating those attacks, but I don't know how else to handle this. Do this. I mean, it's nearly unavoidable. Okay, I'm keeping an eye on my hero's health in the upper left. Oh, God. Oh, is he stuck? Oh, God, Soul Reaver got stuck. My allies are going to be able to do a lot of damage here, so I'm going to back up, get some mana, get some health. I'll have enough for my ultimates. My allies are all over this thing. They don't do a ton of damage, but we got a lot done there because I think I avoided 1 or 2 Flame Strikes, which is way better than the last cycle. Now my allies are overwhelming this thing. The issue is obviously flame strikes are going to absolutely annihilate them. But they're getting him down to about a third health, and he's only about halfway to the grove, if not... I mean, he's not even really that far. So again, the blood corruption, I feel like since it's a blood mark, this thing doesn't have blood. I can only imagine his ultimate doesn't really work here. How are we doing on mana? Let's wait for Soul Reaver. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and channel Sphere of Annihilation and whatever this one's called, Cataclysm, and then we're going to use Blood Drinker with our Iron Will. Good God, remembering all of this stuff is a pain in the ass. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to quick save now. I'm comfortable overriding my other quick save because this is probably the strongest position that I'm going to be in. We want to make sure that this thing is not moving when we cast the ultimates. Let's do this. Do this. And then Faye, please don't stand in the apocalypse. That's very important. Okay, so we're going to use Iron Will. And then Blood Drinker. I've retained control. Don't stand in that, please. Faye already getting smoked. I'm going to send him home. Okay, and I'm casting all my abilities that I can. Cameron doing his best. Soul Reaver just going ham on this motherfucker. I like that a lot. All right, oh yeah, avoiding one of the big flame strikes. Kind of. I think he avoided it. I really wonder if it's possible to stun him out of that. Soul Reaver's kind of stuck. You know, as we do some damage and distract this thing, it allows my allies to get up and hold position a bit better. Keep moving Faye a little too far away to actually stand in the rejuvenation aura here. Okay, so let's move back. And again, we've done a lot of damage. It is 5/6 dead. My allies are going to bring it down probably to where it needs to be. And again, it's only about halfway to the grove, so we're in very, very good shape. It's very possible we could delay this fight out to have another round of ultimates. And I hope I'm doing okay. I know that this campaign gets even harder later. It's really just about getting savvy with the hotkeys without having to look at the command card. It's really just hitting like 2, that's Faye, boom, T, ultimate, that kind of stuff. Well, we wouldn't want to do that. We'd want to use Yugeti first, but you get the idea. Okay, so let's get back in there. Now it's made some progress, and we have a nice wave of friendlies here, so let's get on up there. And what do we want to do first? We don't have ultimates. We're not even close to ultimates. I think we just need to get in there. I will try using Yugeti and the ultimate just to see if it works. Does not seem to work. Okay, I think it's actually being listed as misses there. No celerity, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and stun and then hit him with fireballs. I'm going to use the Psychic Onslaught, too. I feel like that would be pretty good. I'd like to summon demons here, too. Oh, God. Get out of there! The pathing is killing me here. Faye, you're going into your amulet here for a brief moment. We'll use Yugeti later. Yugeti might be my preferred finisher because it killed the boss on the second map. Okay, not enough mana. I suppose I should have expected that. Let's back out just to see if it's going to use... It did use a Flame Strike. We still got hit, but not horribly. Okay, these bosses are really a pain. I might back out here and have to use, Yep, get out, get out, get out. No, 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 Soul Reaver! Oh, we're getting path blocked by our own units! We did it! Oh, I didn't realize it was that low. We killed it. I was about to back out and be ready to come back. Victory is ours, yet the cost has been great. Many of my brethren lie dead, and the forest is badly wounded. I can feel its pain and anguish. This was a tough fight. It's obvious that Morganem's forces are getting stronger, maybe? So it would seem, and thus, you have my gratitude. You remained here to help us despite the horrifying power of our foe. We are eternally in your debt. Your name shall be remembered among our kind for generations. All of that won't matter very much if we don't hurry up. If Morganem found Cameron, then he'll probably find the others too, if he hasn't already. I say we get moving, now. Faye is right. Avahin, we must take our leave. Our friends may be in peril and we must help them. Ashutharak Veris Erathatus. Open that portal, Soul Reaver, let's go! I understand. Go and aid your friends. Hephaestus shall watch over you always. And farewell to you, Avahin. May your forest prosper. Come on, let's go. I quite like Cameron's spells. I kind of just feel like I hit WE frequently just to use a bunch of fire spells, and that's him. That's him as a hero. Farewell, heroes. So we've got Avahin and Hector, 2 people in our debt. If we're lucky, they'll show up at the end to help us, but I really doubt it. Either way, success. And when we come back, we're going in Mission 4, where we almost assuredly will be getting another hero that I have to learn. Good lord, it's becoming overwhelming. You know, 2 heroes I did well with. Granted, I practiced that mission first. This mission went in blind. I think I did okay. It only took me one solid reload on that big infernal contraption thing to destroy it. So not too bad, really. Just don't stand in the fire, which is a common concept to most Warcraft 3 and World of Warcraft bosses. Hey, this has been JayborinoPlays. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.